All right. Back to back testing. First time streaming on Streamlabs, so let's see how it goes. Um, TikTok people, I can't really see if y'all are joining except for in the chat. And then YouTube, let's see. And then obviously live on IG. Okay, I'm about to do some back testing, but let me get everything together. Okay, it looks good on YouTube. Alrighty. My mouse is on. Is it on? It is on, but I don't see my mouse anywhere. Did it die? Okay, so I do ICT concepts. Always. Always ICT concepts, that's just how I trade. That's just what I do. So if you don't like ICT concepts, you can leave the stream, and that's okay. So always start on the 4-minute chart. Always watch NQ and ES for SMT. SMT means when one makes a higher high or one makes a lower low, that means it's a point where we are going to reverse from, if that makes sense. So basically, on ES, so far we went lower, but we already reversed out of this point, okay, if that makes sense. We already reversed out of this point. However, ES came into this order block, as you can see, and then on NQ, it did not. So that was a sign that we were going to reverse. Bougie. I don't do meme coins, but if you do meme coins, someone said bougie in the chat. Now we're going to see if we're going to take out this high or this high, and then maybe we'll have SMT at the highs, and we'll see if we reverse from that, if that makes sense. So let's play this out. And I always get on the chart at 10 a.m. I don't take trades before 10 a.m. Once I start doing that, I lose. Okay. The 10 a.m. candle already played out, actually. I need to go to the next New York session. However, let's just see how this plays out. Actually, let's just go to the next New York session. We already did this one yesterday. Next New York session. Again, boom. So now we're on the charts. And this is also why I never say, oh, the night before, like what we're going to do tomorrow, because I could have said tomorrow we're going to go to these highs, and then by the time we get on the charts, we already took out the highs. We already took out the highs on ES, and Q we have not, so it's giving SMT back to the downside. So the best time is in the morning, and do you feel like futures is a good program for beginners? Okay, yes, the New York morning session is the best time to trade the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. Now, if you trade other things, it might be different, but even with gold 8:30 a.m. is probably the best time to trade. All things are beginner friendly with trading. If you know how to trade futures, you can trade options, you can trade Forex. It doesn't matter how you learn, as long as you learn how to trade, if that makes sense. So I think futures is the best so far. Options, I mean, it's hard. I come from options. I love options. Options are really good. I think futures are just good because the prop firms and the tax benefits, and I think the futures charts are just cleaner. But even when I trade options, I look at the futures chart. But I don't like Forex. I think Forex is very scammy. I think actually just someone tweeted about it. Forex, they're never on the same page. I literally just tweeted about it. Some girl tweeted about it. How Forex, like there's just, all the time frames are different. All the candles are different. You know, it's just no one's on the same page when it comes to futures. Anyway, so ES took out this high, NQ has not. It's 10 o'clock. Boom. If we go down, we should target probably this low or this low, but you want to wait and play out because NQ could come up to here, and then ES takes out this high, and NQ just takes out this one. You know what I'm saying? So you always want to just let things play out for a little bit. And let's see how this plays out. First of all, let me go this and then go back. Okay, it went down first, but it's struggling to stay lower, which I don't like. So, boom, okay. Well, that's an indecisive 10 a.m. candle, but you saw it went down first. Let's go on a lower time frame and see what that would look like. Because that's still a trade you could have took. 10 a.m., this is the 15-minute chart. Boom, S&T at these highs, a good reversal, to take. Lower, didn't take out the high. We came a little higher on NQ, and then we reversed. We did not quite take out these lows, which I wanted. Let's see what this looks like on the 3-minute chart. But it's still a nice trade. You got IFVG here. Your entry, candle close below that. Obviously, you would love to target these lows, but you didn't quite get them. But honestly, my bracket is automatically set to 150 ticks, 300 off rip. And then I adjust it to that from what I see fit, if that makes sense. So that would have been a clean trade for me without even switching. And then obviously, if I wanted this, that honestly would have sucked. But I don't know what you could have done. Or that's why we watch ES, because look at ES. ES took out those lows. ES took out those lows, NQ did not, and reversed. And that's why I watch ES, because I stopped watching ES a little bit this week, and I wound up losing. But if you watch ES, you can see also where you should sell. So once we took out this low, you should have sold. And honestly, I've said that before too. When you're trading, if say this is your target and we bounce up, your target should just be moved to the high that was made before it. So just here, boom, that was taken out. So you want it to come down to this low, it doesn't, it bounces off with a nice wick. It should at least take out the low it just made, hopefully. What is ARM? That's what you want. That's how I trade every day. This is what you want. If not, usually I will just set my bracket to the 150 to 300 ticks and move on by my day. Or, you know, now I have it in Ninja Trader where it shows how much money I'm making. So once I hit $500 on a day like this, I might take it. However, you look at ES and you see, actually, we already took out this low. We did not, which is also a sign for reversal back up. Clear sign for the reversal back up. We didn't take out the low. We took out the low on one, and now we're going to reverse back up and probably take out these highs now. Hopefully. And if not, that's still a good trade to the upside. I'm sure you probably got, you get a market structure shift here. You still get 300. That's why I like 300 ticks. People swear 300 ticks is so big. And I'm like, it's really not. There are days where, yeah, it is big. But that's two for two if you want it. I take one trade a day. But then you could get 500 ticks. 500 ticks on both of those trades without needing the sell side. But what we would have wanted was that sell side. But either way, and that's what I was talking about yesterday, how the higher time frame, this is like a small move, but it wanted being a big move. But there are some days where the higher time frame looks like it's a small move, and it's still a small move on the lower time frame, which is not fun. But this day, great trade. And we knew we were going down because we had SMT at the highs. ES took out this high. This blue line is this blue line. These blue lines are the same. You always mark them. And if one takes out one and not the other, you know we're about to reverse. Same with the downside. ES took out the low again, and Q did not. Prime ICT concepts right there. And that's just how I trade. And I do not take trades before. I've been taking trades before 10 o'clock, and I have been losing. So also, I'm about to get to a point where, and maybe next week, I'm going to see, I just joined Streamlabs. That's what I'm streaming on right now, which is nice. And because OBS was just a lot for my computer, and I couldn't go on TikTok at the same time. I'm on TikTok and YouTube at the same time, which is really nice. I will just be recording my trades, hopefully, on Streamlabs. If not, I have to wait till I get back to America. But I want to record my trades, and that's really all the content I'm going to post. I'm going to record my trades, and I'm going to go live every night backtesting, and that's it. I'm not going to like key and talk like I usually have been. I'm just going to lock in on trading for real. Our target odds could have been this fair value gap 2 in the 4 hour. We could have sold just to that, and that could have been our target to not get greedy. What would that look like on the 3 minute? Yeah, so the IFVG and just sold right at the top of that fair value gap. That would have been a nice trade. And then your target would have been hit instead of waiting for the liquidity sweep. Great trade. Great trade. Let's go to the next New York session. Go back on the 4 hour chart. Always start high. And that's how you avoid fake outs. That helped me get profitable. Once I started, thank you for the follow. Once I stopped sitting on the lower time frames the whole time, like right now, my chart is, I have a higher time frame with ES and NQ. I used to only have SMT on the higher time frame. Now I have SMT on every chart. ES and Q lower time frame 15-minute, because this was yesterday. I fumbled this bad. We had a new week opening gap, a new day opening gap, which we have a new one here. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be up a good bit and we can target this gap tomorrow. And then I only go on the 3-minute chart now, hopefully on Ninja Trader. My Ninja Trader is where I execute, so that's the only 3-minute chart I need, and hopefully I don't need to be below this 15-minute chart. SMT at these highs, which is a clear sign at 10 a.m. to just sell. We love days like that. And they help for continuations too. Like, say you wanted to get in buys because you're like, oh, we're in an uptrend, I want to get a buy. Like I said yesterday, not yesterday, the one we just did. We tapped into this order block. We did not go that low on NQ. That's a sign that you should get into your buys. SMT. SMT, you can literally trade, honestly, purely SMT, especially if you're a reversal trader, which most of us ICT traders are. Okay, so in the 4-hour, we have nothing. It's just consolidating. This does not look good at all. You could do a sweep high, sweep low situation. Like one should sweep and then we reverse the other side is what it's looking like. But if not, let's see if the 1 hour is more clear. It might not be. We also have previous day highs and lows. Yeah, it's not looking clear, but the 1 hour we do have, we have the tiniest fair value gap in the history of fair value gaps, but it's not looking good. So let's just see how this plays out. Let's just mark the same levels on ES and then maybe we'll get an SMT. So this level is that level on ES. Let's delete that one. The buy side is here, and then this sell side is here. So let's see. One of these gets taken out, the other one doesn't. Maybe that will help us. Let's go on to the 15-minute chart. Also helps you to not get any trades. You see this jumble that we have. Let's see what happens when we play it out. All right, we came back into this gap, which was an hour gap. Nice higher time frame gap. Closed out of it. Now, we're still in a choppy trend, but we did get a nice wick off this gap. You could enter a trade here to this high. Let's see if it plays out for you. But in the choppiness, it might not be the best trade to take. However, it's taken. Boom, boom. How did I know we were going to do that? We came into a fair value gap. We wicked out of it. The position would look like this. Taken to these highs. It did take like 2 hours to play out, which is not the best. And then you still got a 1 to 3, or you can have your stop loss bigger for a 1 to 2. That's all it is. That's all it is to trade. It's just, and this is a choppy market. But if you when I was in my most profitable, which I'm mad I stopped doing, I would enter trades on a 15-minute chart just like this. Kid you not. I would only go on the 3 or the 5 or the 1 if I really needed to, but half the time you can enter on the 15-minute chart just like this. You literally can. And it's so nice, honestly. It's my favorite thing to do. And then obviously ES hasn't quite took out this high yet. It might. It doesn't look like it's not going to. But if it does want to reverse after, but I feel like they both could keep pushing. Yeah. But then now we have SMT because E and Q took out both highs. ES did not take out this high. See, you always mark 2 lines. Because the first line, SMT is just gone. They both hit this line. However, NQ hit this line, ES did not, and they both are showing signs that they want to reverse back down. And what do they both do? Reverse back down for a little bit. How farther down they go, it doesn't matter to you. This is the 15-minute chart. You still probably can get a good move on the 3-minute off that. Boom. But every pullback is SMT at least. So you can know when we're going to bounce if you're still confident in your bullish bias. Because they both look like they both want to still be bullish. And now they both are bullish. But you knew we were going to bounce because ES not take out this high. And then this is what I'm talking about, where sometimes SMT can fuck you up because they both just went higher. Even though they both gave you nice moves. But again, this is a 1 hour gap. So you want to go from the top to the bottom. If you can bounce out of a 1 hour, 4 hour gap, that's like my favorite setup. Favorite setup. Bounce out of a higher time frame gap and reverse. Even though this is a choppy mess, I call this going higher because we bounced out of this gap. Higher time frame gap to reverse. Boom. That's it. That's it to me. And this is why I have a 90% win rate. I fumbled it bad in December, getting emotional with December price action. The first week, last week we had good price action. I did get 2 wins last week, but I fumbled Monday and Friday, which is annoying. And then obviously Wednesday was just a wash. It was just a wash. So next New York session, let's get rid of these lines. We're just back testing and practicing and training our eye for our session. And it just builds confidence. That's what back testing does. The markets are open, but I don't trade at night. I trade in the morning. I trade 10 a.m. So I get on and I mark 10 a.m. and I practice. Thank you, right. I had a losing streak this week, and that's why I started I started backtesting again. No, I trade live in my Discord now. Sorry, I have a Discord now. So if you want to live trade with me, you have to pay. And I had a bad month this month anyway, so. All right, this is a 15-minute chart, so I don't even need. It keeps the trolls away when you charge people to trade with you. Not that. Go on the 4-minute chart. 4 hour. On both. Just to make sure, because say you might be in a sell and then you don't see like where you're confident at. Okay, so number one, what do we have? We have lows here, a 4 hour Fibonacci gap here, but I'm just trying to see if ES is way lower though. So I feel like we could reverse from somewhere because this is this. And ES is already lower, so this is a sign where you would wait for maybe a reversal back up. I don't think we're going to go that far. Let's see how it plays out for you. And boom. How did I know we were going up? SMT. ES took up this low, NQ did not. Let's see what this move would look like on a lower time frame, because see how much bigger it looked on a higher time frame, but this is not even a good move for real. Because at 10 a.m. you probably would have entered if you got in right at 10 a.m. here, or you would have got it on this candle close. So if you say you got in right at 10 a.m., stop loss below the low. Can you get a 1 to 2? I would love us to go to these London highs, but maybe we won't. But it already looks like we want to reverse because we have a little gap right here, like a, I don't know, 830 gap here that we might want to reverse from is what it's looking like. So honestly, your trade would have been like, confidently, I would have took this, which is a 1 to 1.5. I don't mind a 1 to 1.5. I wouldn't be confident holding this longer, in my opinion. So maybe wait for maybe we get a reversal back down, or wait till we get another push over this gap. And I used to beat myself up about this, like selling early, but if I sell at a gap we can reverse from, I'll do that, and then I'll get back in once we are for sure continuing or going up. Because I hate, like, say I'm up $500, I wait for maybe it to go higher and it goes lower, and then now I only made $200 on the day. Like, that shit pisses me off. I'd rather lock in profit and then wait till we reverse, or wait till we are for sure going back up. So let's see what we are going to do. Honestly, first of all, this is now 2:30 p.m. I'm not even on the charts no more. So this is what I would have took at 10 a.m. That's not the best trade of the day, but it's still a clear draw. We got SMT at the lows. That's just what it is. Some days you're going to get what you want. What's your Discord? The link is in my bio on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. The link is in my bio. I had a bad week last week, so... But you always have a winning streak and then you have a losing streak. That's just part of trading. So I know people join my Discord and some people probably left because of the bad week I had. But yeah, join the Discord if you want. The link is in my bio. And we're going back to trading only at 10 a.m. We're going back to SMT, because I started trying to switch how I was trading because of the price action in December, and that's what really fucked me up. Because if I would have waited for my SMT, I didn't even watch ES Friday. Clearly had a new week, a new day opening gap in here, and had SMT at the highs. That was the day you could have gone at 10 o'clock and sell. Easy fucking money. And I just fumbled it bad. And that's just what happens when you get in your emotions. And that's why I have my channel, because I have been trading for 1 year. Who's texting me? I have been trading for 1 year, and I literally have 200K in funding, profitable, all these things. Started from zero. However, I am still a beginner. I've been trading for 1 year, so the emotional parts are what fucked me up. I take like 2 losses, and then I spiral, and then force myself to get 2 more. And I'm like, girl, you only have 4 losses. People have losses every day. Chill out. But also, like, why did I spiral at 2 when 2 is not even nothing? You see what I'm saying? So I'm getting better. Thank y'all. Nice, and so proud of you. Thank you. Right. So I just want to show y'all realistically, especially maybe if you are, I don't like to be like girls are emotional, guys are emotional. We're emotional. I am a Cancer. So just to give yourself room to be emotional. I wish we could be robots and turn off our emotions, but sometimes you just literally can't. And it really sucks because, like, this week I fumbled 2 of my favorite setups. I've never fumbled my favorite setup. I fumbled like setups that just aren't my usual, but it was clear. But like I fumbled my like bread and butter setups, like setups I pray for every day, and that really hurt. But I got 2 wins this week. Like I came back Tuesday strong, came back Thursday strong, and then Friday I just being on Twitter listening to what dumbass people say. All right, so it's looking like we already took out a low. Like this is what you want. We already took out a low on ES. We did not take out the low on the 4-hour on NQ, and we're in a 4-hour fair value gap. I would love for us to reverse out of this point. And what helps me, because I know myself, that's another thing that got me profitable faster. I know myself. I tailored my trading for myself, so I have to sit on the higher time frame. If I get on the 3-minute right now and it looks bearish, I would get in a sell and it could reverse on me. I know myself. I know that. So for what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the 15-minute chart and I'm going to stay on it until we finally push out of somewhere. And then once we do, what time frame do you take the trade? The 3-minute is the lowest time frame I take a trade on. I started trading the 1 minute again this week. It also would fuck me up. I hate the 1 minute chart. It's the worst chart ever in life. We do have a 15-minute for value gap here if you want to wait for the inverse. We'll have to wait for this candle to close though. But there is a big one here. But we're not waiting for that. I like to take trades on the 15-minute though, honestly. But the 3-minute is the lowest. And let's see, we reverse out of here. And what do we do? Reverse. Oof. Okay, we did reverse, however. Again, SMT. We reversed. NQ did not take out these highs. ES took out the high. So if you got in that buy trade, which I would have because I know myself, I'm trigger happy, you would know to sell your trade because ES took out the high and NQ did not. So you might have lost some points on there, but you still would get a nice 1 to 2, 1 to 3. And we'll see what that would look like on the 3-minute chart. So that would look like this. Yeah, you get right in right at 10, or you get on this IFVG, which would really suck. That would really suck. It did take out this body though, but yeah, that would suck. This might be one of those days where if you're really strong in your bearishness, it would pay for you. But I know myself. I'm trigger happy. I would have gotten this buy. I'm telling you right now. And then I would have saw SMT and been like, boom. I might have lost a good bit of profit on these wicks. But I'm scary to the point where if we wick down, I'm selling right there. Don't even give a fuck. Don't even care. Is this a specific stock or you follow just candles? This is the NASDAQ. I trade the NASDAQ every day. This is the NASDAQ on the right. This is S&P 500 on the left. Fair value gap, then wait for price to retest it and go for it. Exactly. But if you were strong bearish, you could have waited for this. And you do get a fair value gap right here. But I don't like these because there are days where people set limit orders and then we just run through your shit and take out the high. And then go shorter. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. But some people, if you had a limit order set here for sales, which are high above here, it did play out for you nicely here. And we're going to go lower and take out this low right here. But you got SMT at the highs anyway. So for us traders who got out here, you could have got right back in because you saw we had SMT at these highs, and now we're back to the lows. Like SMT is like every reversal almost. Like one's in the lead, and you know we're gonna reverse when we're not matching. So now your next SMT is who's gonna take out this low, NQ or ES. One of them will and one of them won't. Okay, they both took out the low this time though. Actually, they did. But let's go on the 15-minute on the NQ. I don't know what this low is. Okay, that's the SMT. So they both took out this high we just made from our reversal. However, this low on NQ, this like all-time low at the moment, was taken out on ES. So if I remove it, if I remove this line and this line, that's your SMT. This line was not taken out. This line was on ES. Now we're going to push up. How far we push up, I don't know. But that's your sign to know we're going to push up, pull back a little bit. Maybe we take out the highs on NQ finally. I don't think so. It's giving very bearish day. Do we finally reverse? Okay, see, we finally reverse up. And do we finally take out the highs? Ooh, almost. NQ is the one that's weak today on this day. Clearly, none of the highs are taken out. They're just zigzagging. Versus ES did what? Take out these highs, and then NQ again did not take out the highs. So NQ was weak that day. However, you knew when it was going to reverse. Murad, yeah, the Murad coin. This is not a meme coin chat. This is a day trade chat. So thank you for that advice, but I'm not in the meme coins. We're talking about how to day trade to put money in meme coins the next bull run. All right, let's do another one. I usually do an hour, but I think I'm gonna do 30 minutes today. I love Streamlabs, so I'm gonna try to record my trading session tomorrow because when I was trying to do it on OBS, my Ninja Trader froze, and it was the scariest thing ever. Because I'm obviously live with the Discord, but hopefully Streamlabs doesn't freeze. If it does freeze, I have a plan for when I get back to America. Okay, we do have S&T at these lows, but we kind of already pulled back. ES took out the low. NQ did not. I think we should wait. You only trade micros? Hell yeah, they're easier to scale. One mini is 10 micros. So if I want to trade one mini, that's 10 micros. But then on minis, you only can do 1, 2, 3, 4. Same with micros, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I want to trade 1.5 minis, I could do 15 micros. You can't do 1.5 minis if you're trading minis. You can only go 1 to 2. Then 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Versus for micros, I can do 15, 16, 17. Then 20 is 2 minis. And I can do 21, 22. Like I could scale up better. High key FX messed up my risk management. I know. I'm sorry. Forex will do that to you. It really will. We're still kind of choppy on it right here. We do have S&T. Maybe we come up to this gap. Maybe we wait for the gap. Let's just see. Futures don't give enough space for firms. Yes. No, I agree. When I started trading futures prop firms, my risk management and my whatchamacallit emotions went in the shitter. There no fucking drawdown. And the drawdown trails you. Like with Forex prop firms, you could make 10K. And if your drawdown was originally 10K, now it's 20K. Versus in futures, you can make 20K and your drawdown's still 4. The fuck? Like, that shit is whack. That's why I have a live account. I copy trade a live account. And I do really good risk management. Like, I risk enough that I can lose like 20, 30, 40 trades. Maybe not 20, but I can lose like 15 trades before my account is blown. So, yeah, it does suck. I'm not gonna lie. The futures prop firms, their rules are literally shit. Okay, 10 a.m. is playing out. Let's see if we're going. It looks like we're going lower, but it looks like we don't know what we want to do yet. All right, this is the 4-hour chart. This is literally the 4-hour chart, y'all. This shows us that in 4 hours, this is all the fuck we did. I don't be on the chart that long, so I wouldn't have took a trade today. Let's go to the 3. Exactly. That is bullshit. So you wouldn't take a trade today. And that's why you sit in the higher time frames, because you would try to force something. You might, if you really needed to force something, you do have a fair value gap here. Fair value gaps are always like the bread and butter. If you want to get in a sell, once we close out of this fair value gap here, stop loss here, take it, I don't know, to these lows, or maybe like just 300 ticks, or wait it out the whole day. Honestly, the market closes at, oh, this is a holiday. Monday, President's Day. That's why the market is shitty. This is why you don't trade holidays. I have traded holidays before, though, and done this. And I'm like, why is the market not moving? And then I just sell and profit somewhere for a small win, because I'm an idiot and I'll trade holidays. Which there's nothing wrong with trading holidays. I really only like to not trade holidays that close at 12. If they close early, which we did here, it's like 12 and then jumps to 6. I don't like to trade days where we close early. That's all. You know what? Maybe that's my problem. I need a live account. Exactly. Have a live account. Just start with like $1,000, $500, risk 1 micro, and then you don't have to worry about payouts. If you get payout, you get one, and then you have the prop firm in case you're scared to risk too much. Like I'm not really team prop firm, but I like having them. Like if I'm trading really bad, I'll only trade my prop firm accounts. If I'm trading really good, I'll trade all 3. Sometimes I'll just trade my live account. It just depends, like it just gives you checks and balances. Do you trade crypto? No. I don't trade crypto. I buy and hold crypto, but I didn't play this bull run because I played the last bull run and I quit my job 2 years ago, and I've been living off my money, so it wasn't worth it for me to put money in again now that I need it. So, but I'm gonna play the next one for sure. The next bull run's gonna be great. I have alerts set for Bitcoin to drop a certain amount and everything. But I don't day trade crypto at all. I only trade the NASDAQ. And yes, I'm starting my first live account Monday because of you. Thank you. That's what's up. Fingers crossed you got this. Because honestly, the goal is to get back to a live account. I know a lot of people get on the internet and they're like, I have $1 million in funding, blah, 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 blah. Like, okay, cool. But like, the goal is to have a live account. Okay, so right now we don't have any SMT. We took out this low on both. You can see that, you can see it. Took out the low on both. Now we had SMT at this pullback, but you see what I'm talking about? Sometimes you get caught up in SMT like me, and I would have bought a long here and we didn't even go long that far. We did reverse from here and do a pullback on both, and then we continued lower. I wouldn't trade this anyway because this is 6 a.m., so it doesn't matter. However, just so you know, we're in this gigantic 4-hour gap. We closed below it, so we probably might have SMT at this low. ES took out this low, and Q did not. There is a fair value gap under here, and then there's an order block technically under here. So let's just see if 10 a.m. like kind of comes down and wants to reverse out of here, or do we just continue lower? And this is what I be telling people to do with backtesting. Okay, they both look like they want to go lower because ES is pushing. ES is pushing, so you could have got in now on NQ. ES is just pushing. So what would that look like on the 15-minute and the 3-minute? So you got a nice, where's 10 a.m.? All right, 10 a.m.'s here. No fair value gap. Not really that nice anyway, but let's see if you get something on the 3-minute. You really don't. We kind of tapped back into this breaker. Like we have a change in the state of delivery, and then we came back and touched it if you wanted that, but it's not clear enough for me to probably like just take it. And then maybe this is the day when you're not sure, you just keep your bracket, whatever your bracket is, and you move on about your day. Okay, well my bracket would still barely get hit here. So let's see if it does get hit. And if you're not confident, don't take it. I have a problem sometimes, boom, took, snatched, whatever. Or you have a fair value gap here if you waited for that. I always wait for the candle close out of it, because it could be inverse, even though we did get a candle closed inverse to the upside, but then we finally came back down. So maybe that is your trade. Will we get 300 ticks from here? I don't think so, but we might. Let's see. Oof, close. But I think we're about to finally reverse to the upside, but maybe we won't. Got it. Okay, got it. Stamped. Just a very bearish day. Very bearish day on the charts. Very bearish day on the charts. And you had two good entries. You waited for the fair value gap if you were extra safe, or you got in on the breaker. No fair value gap up here though, so it's not as nice as you wanted it. It did take like 4 hours to span down, which I don't prefer. However, trust your bias. ES is pushing. They're both just pushing. What does this look like on the 4 hour? And that's it. You know, you wait a little bit, because if you waited for a reversal only, you know, you'll miss out on trades like this. Or you only trade reversals and you don't trade things like this. But see, yeah, we got on here and then we saw it start pushing, and then you'd be like, oh yeah, we're probably gonna go down. And that's still, like, ES is just running through these lows. So we'll probably get SMT way further down here. And that's why you watch both. That's why you watch both. Can't hurt you to watch both. Literally can't hurt you at all. Let's do one more and then I'm gonna get off the charts. Let's do one more. This is how I trade every day. And other people say ICT don't work. I'm like, are you sure? Because it has me calling the market so well. Oh, don't like that at all. This is just where we at. We do have a fair value gap here that we already tapped into and closed out of. I might mark out, maybe it's like a news high, news low situation here. Like sweep one side, reverse to the other. I don't like this at all. Boom, what did I just say? What did I just say? Called it beautifully. I said this is a shitty market. We can't fair value gap. It's giving news, sweep one side, go to the other. And what do? Sweep this news low and go to news high. This is the trade I took on. This is a trade I took on Thursday. This is something you'll learn from experience. So that is just something you have to learn. But clear news low swept. You got a lovely IFVG right here. Actually, you have one down here too. You have one right there. So as soon as that candle closed for you on the 3-minute chart, boom. Take out the what? News or high from that range. That's what you really... That's what happens when people are like, oh, CRT. CRT really only plays out in those like choppy markets like that. They don't play out in these where you're just like, you could be in a trade and then boom, you're just getting in to continue lower. Versus like they swear like every candle is going to sweep one side before going to the other. Not necessarily. This honestly wasn't even a nice trade because it took 10 to almost 2 o'clock. It was a 4-hour trade. So it's not the best. It worked panned out for you, but... in this case, I probably would have done my little 300. My stop loss is clearly smaller than 150. I would have left it at that. And then this would have been what I would have done. Just did my little 300 and gone on about my day. So that's what it would look like. That's what we would have done. And yeah, I backtest every night at 8 p.m. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. I don't live trade for free anymore. Sorry, it's in my Discord. Not suggesting y'all join or nothing, but if you do, we be trading. And honestly, it's like 10 people in my Discord right now. I just opened like 2 weeks ago, and only like one person, if any, trade with me live. I do show up every day in it, but not everyone shows up there with me, so it is what it is. I honestly suggest too, if you do want to join it, just wait till January. Let's just wait till January. I'm only going to trade next week. I'm going back to America on Wednesday, so I'm not even trading Wednesday. And I don't know if I'm going to trade Thursday yet because I have a long layover in LA and then a night flight from LA to my destination. So I don't even know if I'm gonna trade Thursday, but I do think I am. But I do feel confident. I feel like I'm going 4 for 4 next week for real. I'm back. I'm back on my bullshit. Got my chart looking good. Got my higher time frames looking good with my PO3 candles on the side. Got my lower time frame, my 4-hour candles on the side. Got my sessions. I just got everything looking good. I even went up on lot size to be overconfident and hold and wait for good trades. Because I'm risking more money. Can't just be blowing money. I'm risking more money now. And I'm making enough. I'm risking now the perfect amount. I feel like I was risking a little too little. That had me a little scared. Versus now I'm risking the perfect amount for me to... What is this? I'm risking the perfect amount now to make a living off of, for sure. Without being like... Obviously, I was risking enough to make a living before. But now I can make a living off what I'm trading on the live account without payouts. And then payouts is extra. Versus before, it was like... You know, it was enough. I've lived off it before, but not from what I was making at my prime at my job. So yeah, I will see y'all tomorrow, 8 o'clock. I backtest every night. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep doing this. I should just keep doing it for forever, but who knows? But I will see y'all tomorrow night, and hopefully we have a good trading week this week. Oh, let me show y'all news. News this week. News this week is looking like a lot. We'll see how it goes. This is still good volatility though, so we'll see how the market goes, and we'll just trade it as we see fit. Don't trade at the news times. Do not trade at 8:45, 7:30.